Triple Studios and Mystery Murder and Magic proudly present the Weekend Weird Files. Here's your host, Andrea.
Hey y'all, before I get started, I just want to give a big shout out to Alex's friend Meg. She suggested the subject of this week's Weekend Weird Files episode. So, obviously I've been living under a rock because I had never heard of this until she suggested it and started looking into it. So, thanks a bunch, Meg. Back in 2006, in January of that year, a strange thing started occurring. It started out with the patient of a well-known psychiatrist in New York. That patient described a man that she had never met, but he kept showing up in her dreams. As she described him, the psychiatrist drew a sketch of the man. The patient even said that this man gave her advice on things that were going on in her private life. Well, after that session, the doctor laid the sketch on his desk, and he pretty much forgot about it as he moved on with his patients. But then a few days later, another patient saw the sketch, and he said that he recognized the face. Now, what the heck? I mean, seriously, coincidence or whatever. But he claimed that the man often visited him in his dreams, but he didn't know him outside of his dreams. The psychiatrist found this very interesting and sent copies of the sketch to his colleagues who had patients with recurring dreams. And get this, in just a few months, 4 patients recognized this man from their own dreams. Every single patient referred to the unknown man or the unknown person as this man. Between that first patient in January 2006 and up until very recently, over 2,000 people have claimed to have seen this man in their dreams. And it's not just in New York. Patients from Los Angeles, Berlin, Beijing, Rome, Paris, New Delhi, and many other places around the world have seen this man in their dreams. No common factor among the patients has been established. And to make this story even more intriguing, no man has been found that resembles this man. I mean, on one website I saw where people had submitted photos of like maybe friends or whatever that they thought looked out like him, but there was not an exact match, I guess you could say. Now, several theories have been developed, ranging from Carl Jung and even religious-based theories. According to Carl Jung's psychoanalytic theory, having trouble with big words today, this man is an archetypal image that belongs to the collective unconscious that can surface when times are hard. That makes me think that the number of people seeing this man should have spiked through the pandemic. The religious theory explains it as being an image of the Creator, meaning that each person forms the image of God in their own way. And according to the dream imitation theory, it is explained that it started out as a legit thing, but it spread because of copycats. And some of that very well could be true because, I mean, that is a high amount of people to have seen the same man in their dreams, but I don't really think that much research went into something from someone's just saying that they've seen it just to be saying they saw him. Then there's the dream surfer theory, and honestly, it sounds kind of like a conspiracy theory, but that's really just my opinion. It says that this man is a real man who can enter people's dreams by psychological means. Some people believe that in real life, this man looks like the man in their dreams. Others think that the man in the dreams looks completely different from his real life counterpart. Some people seem to believe that behind this man, there is a mental condition and plan developed by a major corporation. And that last line is exactly why I said conspiracy theory. Now, even though the description of the man is always the same, the dreams differ from person to person. One person said that this man appears and shows them a photo of a man and asks if they recognize it as their father. And the person said that it doesn't look like their father in the photo, but in the dream they always say yes. that it is their father in the photograph. Sometimes the person wakes up after that and they feel peaceful, but other times the dream continues and they're standing in front of their dad's grave, and they place flowers on the ground, and when they look at the tombstone, they realize that the photo that was on the tombstone is missing. Another person said that they've always dreamed about flying in the sky above the city. And when they moved to a different house, they started dreaming about meeting this man while flying. He's not in every dream that this person has about flying, but when he does appear, he never speaks to them. Another person says that he showed up in her dream and he was dressed as Santa. And when she saw him, she felt the joy that she felt as a little girl. He smiled at her, and then his head turned into a balloon and floated in the air above her. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't catch the balloon. So, as you can see, like, all the dreams are, like, different, and the only thing in common in these dreams is this man. Now, whether this is actually true or not is a little sketchy, and in my research, I've found conflicting information. Some stories say that this was really a thing that happened, and then there's just as many sources that say it was just a hoax. I'm going to leave that for you to decide. I mean, it could happen, but it just seems a little far-fetched to me. And y'all know I'm not a skeptic. Now, there's a website that's totally dedicated to this where you can read more. You know, I like to keep the weekend episode kind of short. And the name of the website, or the web address, it is www.thisman.org. That's all I've got for this weekend's Weird Files. Now, don't forget to keep it weird. And if you happen to be listening to this episode at bedtime, sweet dreams.